Now that I got the base for a marinade, it'd be nice to have something to use it on. I'm afraid I used the last of the meat in our larder on that misbegotten stew. Well, that'd be great, but it'll be dangerous. Fabricated critters out in the wild are just as mean as the real thing. Real tender around the flanks, though. Maybe because the machine bits are doing all the work. About a dozen ought to last us a while. One more thing, a special request. Tuba B loved Nixound meat before she wound up here. Brethe Rudarum raises the best you can find, but I can't afford his prices. I'd really like to impress her, and I know where he keeps his stash. You really are the best. Bretheru keeps his fresh meat in an airtight trunk at his stables until he's ready to either cook it or preserve it. If he just nick a little, he does well for himself, probably won't even miss it. Oh, well, I mean, you could, sure. It's just, I could never pay you back for something like that. Just one cut costs more than I'll even have in my life down here. Everybody down here is special to me. We're all we've got. But I do guess I got a soft spot for her. She's never once complained about my cooking. Even when I know it's eye-wateringly bad, it's always, thank you, and a scratch behind the ears. Only that they're probably more dangerous than your average beastie. But I'd be pretty fearless about what I'd try to take a bite out of if I had metal teeth, too. Be careful. I'd feel terrible if you got hurt on account of me.
That sickly sweet smell. It reminds Tuba B of skooma. Not that this one would know anything about that.
I don't think I've ever seen Brengolin heave up his own makings. Wonder if it's because he's only tasting a tiny bit. Or maybe being raised here gave him brass guts. Oh no. Maybe he's really a fabricant.
These Nixhounds may be part machine, but they're all animal at heart. I care for them the best I can and love them while they're living, but even I have to put food on the table. If I do, it's mostly a coincidence. They're hand-raised, mostly just for my own needs, but I'll sell off some surplus now and again. Takes a lot of effort, so I don't part with it cheap. I can fetch some from my larder, if it's worth it to you. You'll never find meat more mercifully raised, I'll promise you that. Might put this toward new bedding for Twitchy and Hopper. Take care now.
hey, friend. Was hoping to see you again. Was just popping up for some fresh-ish air, and what do I find but the tangy smell of fresh meat? Looks like you've had some luck at the butcher's. Perfect. I can take that off your hands now. Gonna need to give it a good soak in that marinade before I can get dinner started. Come by later and I'll have something to thank you for all this good effort. I insist. All right, friends. The guest of honor has arrived. I've cooked up something special for you all. Soon to be favorites, I'm sure. For you, Kara, a mushroom-filtered meat stew. No more of that overwhelming metallic tang, I promise. And for you, Maurice, root liqueur marinated fabric chop neatly braised, soon to put Slagtown on the culinary map. And finally, Tubaby, the crown jewel of my feast. Hand-fed Nix fillets in a mushroom and root liqueur reduction.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
And for my newest friend, I have a special treat.
That sickly sweet smell. It reminds Tubaby of skooma.
Bren says those fabricants are tender. So's a peach until you hit the pit.
I don't think I've ever seen Brengolin.
I never would have been able to concoct any of these wonderful dishes without you. And you've clearly got an appreciation for food. So, I've conjured up a unique recipe to help you through your time in Clockwork City. I hope you enjoy it. Nothing too difficult, I promise. Most of the ingredients should be readily available in Clockwork City, so you shouldn't have to jump through any more hoops for a decent meal.
All right. Here goes.
Might need a little nip of that liquor after this. Delicious.
Hey, Bren, this is good. You did it.
Oh, my. There is a hint of home in this. Thank you. This one did not expect to taste such fine things again in her life. Tubaby will miss the moons a little less tonight. She is grateful to Brengolin and to you.
Real food. Or near as I can tell, I don't care. I didn't think I'd ever come back for seconds down here. Bren ever needs more of your help? Count me in.
I'm so proud. I nearly retched just thinking about the last stew, but I held it together. Oh, and I'm glad I did. Brengolin really worked a miracle this time. We might just be able to kick the paste after all.
I don't know about you, but I've really worked up an appetite. You know, I got so busy I completely forgot to make something for myself. Yes, absolutely. I'll be able to keep serving decent meals for a few weeks at least. It'll give me time to think of some new recipes, and maybe some more easily acquired ingredients. Didn't mean to make you watch other people eat with an empty setting. Just didn't know when you'd next be in, so I made you something that would keep. It'll be worth the effort, I promise. Based on the reaction so far, I think they just might. I was really worried. But with not having tasted more than that mealy paste for most of my life, I thought maybe I had an underdeveloped sense of taste.